Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Before I begin the weekly, let us pray for Los Angeles. As we observe the devastations continuing all over and throughout, not only LA, but other places that are at war and have extreme natural disasters, we see that the thread of how life can change in the blink of an eye is very real. So let's be grateful, right, for those things that we have and the people and places in our lives, right? Anyway, we pray. All right, let's see what's going on for the week of the 13th of January, 2025, going around the world from Aries to Pisces. One more shuffle. Okay. Time stampers, thanks. Thank you. Always, thank you. Okay, so Aries, like, you got to get out of your emotional headspace that's causing you significant, like, what's going on, Aries? Look at this. You're like in mental anguish over something that maybe you aren't able to fix, or you don't have all the answers. Whatever it is, Spirit's saying have faith, right? And it is all about the masculine and feminine. So your yin and yang is in the same struggle, mental anguish. That's the struggle. Now, it's kind of like, honestly, for some of you, you're battling your ego. And you're asking Spirit to help you. And if you're not, then maybe it's not a bad idea to ask Spirit for help for your mental, like, thinking, overthinking. I mean, it doesn't have to be negative thinking. It's also how you speak to yourself, how others speak to you. It's all about your mental and what you are hearing, how you're speaking, who you're speaking to. It's all encompassing when it comes to communicating to others and, of course, to yourself, right? It's the one-upmanship. It's, your ego's trying to get the best of you, seriously. It's Spirit saying, take a minute to really think about how you speak to yourself and the words that we use, knowing that those are vibrational energies going out to the universe. And then, maybe some of you are praying, in a way that your vibration is not elevated, right? It's what you're saying to yourself. It's how you're praying, if you are praying. What is it that gives you such mental anguish? Let's ask what it is that you're praying about. Or maybe Spirit's saying, could you find it, in your heart to pray for what it is that is really bothering you? Things are coming out to the surface. What is it for Aries, please? I once was really happy, and now that's gone. That's part of my life. Part of my life that's gone. I'm just saying, could be someone that you lived with, that you're in love with. Part of that is praying. Maybe, you know what? Maybe Aries Spirit is saying, just pray for them, wish them well, in order for you to move on? Because this is a 10. So it is the way that, you know, if you, and it's not even if you're praying, maybe you're asking Spirit to bring this person back that made you happy. You're asking for a sign from God. You're asking for God to show you a sign. You have 2 5s. Yep. Maybe you're asking friends and family to also help you to get through it. Someone made you really happy, very content. And the 2 5s that are sticking out is how you think and how you talk. Maybe you had a fight with someone, right? So you had a fight with someone. Or maybe you weren't able to energetically connect mentally with someone else, right? Like your ideas were different than theirs. What you wanted in a relationship might have been completely different. There's so much here to really unpack when it comes to mentally, how you feel and what you have felt like you lost. Some of you feel like you lost the one. You know, it's not like you haven't been trying to go out and have fun with your friends, but somewhere along that, right, that going out, that time with others, family, friends, whatever, is you're constantly thinking about your emotional health and praying. Maybe you're praying, and prayer is to be is an inner journey that we don't talk about. You know, it's not like, I know that I crossed the line with you. So someone was verbally abusive, aggressive, had a fight with you, said things that were unkind. And was it intentional, Aries? I mean, I'm asking a question. I don't know. But whatever this is, right, you're still trying to pick up the pieces of a relationship that you really felt was near and dear to your heart. There could have been a third person in it, and honestly, the third person could be someone was more focused with their work. Someone was more focused with others, like their connections to going out and having fun instead of focusing, you know, maybe the fights that you have with someone, maybe you're still in a relationship, but you're on the precipice of changing this because you're always arguing about, well, you always want to go out and I want to stay in the house, or vice versa. What are the beliefs that we have? And how did I cross the line? How did you cross the line, Aries? Or how did someone else cross the line with you? That's the question. And are you praying that it changes? That something changes mentally and emotionally, right? So the thing is, Aries, your journey is internal. Whether it looks, because what it looks like on the outside is a lot of, you know, anguish and hurt. Okay, Taurus. Taurus. Wow, Taurus, a tower moment. What is this? Tower moment. So you're having some epiphany here. And I feel like I do feel that it's like a wake-up call about, am I really happy here where you live? Am I really happy in my life? You're having this like identity thing. Have certain things transpired with that tower that have shown you? Now, clearly you could be a Taurus in LA losing your home. I mean, it's right there. I pray for you, for all who have lost. And I feel that some of you are in deep contemplation about, okay, so where do we go from here? What happens now? Where do I go? Who do I call? Who can help me? It's something that has happened. I mean, this clearly looks like those of you, Taurus, that that did lose their homes. If it's not that, because it's not everyone, right? If it's not that, then maybe some things happened in your home that have been like electrical, dealing with a lot of like little, wake-up calls, meaning, okay, you got to fix the piping, you got to fix your electrical, smoke alarms, smoke detectors, the stove, something with the stovetop. So there could be things in your home that need fixing. And it is external, but you're thinking about what it is that needs to change. Maybe it's time for, a rebuild or a move. Let's see what Spirit says for Taurus on this wake-up call. Some of you had to evacuate. Absolutely. And you're evacuating, could be with family member. Wow. This really does. The only way out was to leave. Fire. And I feel some of you didn't want to leave. Maybe some of you didn't think maybe the fires, because this fire in California is spreading through San Fernando Valley. It started in Pacific Palisades, as you know, but it's spreading. So if this is not literally you in LA needing to leave, finally being told you have to leave, even though you didn't want to leave, you had to. You didn't have a choice. It's the things that are in your house, your external, that are causing problems, which I feel it's electrical and or fire. Little fires. One more. And you're worried because some of you lost everything in the fire, and or some of you lost money. Maybe you had money hidden somewhere in the house, and or some of you are worried because the rebuild is going to cost a lot of money, and or the fixing up of your home. Fixing your home. It does cost money. I mean, we know that when we have a home, every so often shit happens. Now, if you did lose everything, then you're going to have to rebuild. Some of you are feeling, right, left out in the cold. I mean, seriously. Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Taurus, I wish things could be different. If you left a relationship and that person, let's say, Taurus, you left a home that was their home, like you lived with someone, it could feasibly be that you've been contemplating, leaving a relationship, that was going nowhere and that isn't growing. And maybe it's due to financial reasons also. Maybe someone is less fortunate in terms of, having money to put in to, someone can't pay, half their way, so to speak. I do feel heavily that some of you Taurians are in LA and have suffered greatly. I mean, it's right here. Your home, needing to evacuate. Some of you, praying is the only way. Seriously. I'm so sorry. Okay. Wow. Because I know, I know a lot of you live in Los Angeles, as I did. I mean, that's my home too. I may have relocated, but that's where my heart is. Okay. Gemini. You can never forget. Never forget, Okay. Gemini. So I like that Palace of Swords is reversed. Not getting so uptight. I just felt this uptight feeling, of, how you have been mentally challenging yourself in a relationship. Like, what do I mean? Well, how sometimes when things don't work out, let's just say you just started dating someone, and the way that you're mentally talking to yourself and or to them there needs to be some sort of a balance, meaning how you're approaching the situation. Do you feel that certain things, like maybe you've been dating someone for 2 months, right? Let's just say. So you've been dating these puffer things. So you've been dating for 2 months someone, and it's now become apparent that, maybe they're not like, it's only been 2 months. So let's not get ahead of ourselves thinking, maybe the relationship, you want to be more connected with someone, and it's drawing you, it's been giving you some mental anguish, because that person, you may want to level up in this relationship, but that person isn't ready to. And truly there's a balance that needs to take place in love, whether that is in whatever relationship you're dealing with here. You need to balance the yin and the yang, how you talk to yourself. This is a theme for this week, clearly, is how we're talking to ourselves, what we say to ourselves. How is this a relationship that is codependent, where you need to kind of like release control over how it's forming or how slow it's going, how whatever. And really be more in the mindset of, let's just go with the flow here, right? Don't expect. There's no expectations when it comes to a relationship, right? But I feel that for some of you, you've had that expectation. Maybe this is a newly formed relationship. 2 months, it's new. 2 years even is new. And it's like, I don't know how I'm feeling in this relationship, because I feel that you have been wanting more than the other person, and that's driven you to a letting go of what it really needs to look like and look at it for what it is. And if you're feeling, seriously, if you're feeling that it's not a fair give and take, of a relationship, then what needs to change in that so that it becomes more equal, more like give and take, right? We don't need the Six of Pentacles to see that something needs to be balanced out. And it's between the actions of another and yourself, and how, like, what we say to ourselves, what are we expecting too much from the other person here? Do you know what I mean? All right, Gemini, what's going on here? Okay, I'm going to take these three because they came out. So a relationship could have ended, and there's no rectifying, right? It's clearly a relationship that we cannot, it's kind of like, it's dead and buried. And I'm sorry, but it's not physical, it's mental. Mentally, we need to truly let go if you haven't already. And if you are getting in that mindset of this is going nowhere and it's over, it's dead and gone, we're done. We can't get that back, so we need to allow for that to flow and let it go. And that's exactly what this means. So, and you already know this, honestly, Gemini. I'm not telling you something you don't know. A relationship that's dead and gone needs to continue for you to just keep going and healing. Mental healing is important. Maybe you've had time to think about like the shoulda, woulda, couldas, and now you know that you shouldn't go back, you can't go back. You already know that. I mean, that's it. Like, this is it. Whoever this reading is for, it's like, I need to let go and be shown the way forward, for sure. So some of you are going through a healing time, and part of this is, do you recognize, for those that this applies to, do you recognize that maybe some of your unhappiness in this relationship, and maybe in the last 2 or 3 relationships prior to this one, has been more codependent than it has, on your part or whoever? Maybe that's what you need to reassess. Have you been searching for a relationship just to fill a void? My life is not as together as it seems. So you and or someone who you're dealing with feels this way, and I feel that instead of trying to control the terrain, really let it go and give it a time to process. I mean, that's the way you're going to heal. And this Palace of Swords reversed is allowing you to do that, okay? That's giving yourself a chance to heal. And really assessing whether the last, like I said, 2 or 3 relationships, think about it. Have they been more predominantly codependent, and why? Some of you are also searching for yourselves, needing to find yourself again, somewhere you got lost. Okay. Cancers. We all get lost. Okay, Cancers. Oh, wow, Cancers. Happy, feeling really good. Feeling good about, some of you feeling good about a decision you made. you made. I feel that some of you Cancerians made a decision about a relationship, about who you walked away from, or anything emotional. You're like, you know what? I feel good about myself. I don't feel regret here, because you have the Sun next to the Four of Cups. So I feel that you made a really good decision, and or you're contemplating making that decision now, and you're going to feel good about it. It's giving you more strength, right? This decision about a relationship, love, or what have you, is allowing you to gain more strength in your own resolve. Dealing with potentially a Leo. Okay. I feel that some of you already, you've known it for a while. You've known that this was going to end, or that you already checked out. You've already mentally checked out and emotionally checked out. And that's what's giving you hope to say, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to say, this isn't for me. And if it's not a relationship, it is whatever is in your heart that is allowing you the strength and fortitude to move on from whatever has caused you. So it doesn't have to be a relationship. It could just be situations in your life that have played out. You've already known, you have detached from them, from those situations, only to gain a lot of confidence and in yourself and the courage to do so. Like, it takes a whole lot of courage. Oh, that's that song. It takes a whole lot of courage. I don't know who sings it, but you can look up the lyrics. I mean, it takes a whole lot of courage to move on. Yeah, it's about love. Look at this cup. Okay, so I just was told it's an offer. Someone could be coming to you to offer love, to want to be with you, to go out, and you're like, no. You're going to deny a love offer. Some of you are declining. Not denying, sorry. Some of you are declining a love offer. Could be with a Leo and or Scorpio. Because I'm going to tell you, some of you guys, Cancers, this person may be a little too egoic for you. They're not really down to earth. I hear they've got their head in the clouds about what they think and or want from the relationship with you. And some of you are really like saying we're done. But you've checked out a while ago. Let's see. Yeah, we're done. That's it. We're done. Some of you, it's a marriage. It's over. I don't know. I mean, if it's, you could have already gone through this, or you're going through it right now. But I'm telling you, you're here in the middle. And that Four of Cups is you're emotionally totally detached from the end of a marriage, a commitment, a live-in, whatever. You're like, I'm done. And I'm not saying that, and I feel you're happy about making this decision. I don't react when people mention you. So it's already over, and there's residual with every ending. You know, hearing their name, hearing a song, seeing someone that looks like them. Oh, I just heard that. Like a doppelganger. Or people, if they want to if they end up mentioning, let's just say you were dealing with, I see Archangel Michael. So let's just say you were dealing with a Michael or a Mike. right? It's a very common name. So it's like, if you hear that name, you just don't react. You're like kind of cold in the moment. Something about being cold in the moment. Cold and not needing to feel like kind of not isolated, but you're feeling like you have no feelings toward someone else mentioning them or their name. Isolated, cold. You just don't, not that you're cold, but you don't care. I feel you just don't care, honestly. Okay. Let me know, you guys. Comment below. I do read your comments. I do pray for all of us. Okay. Leos. Leos, what's going on? Leos. Emotionally distant. Emotionally being distant or distancing yourself from emotionally. Maybe a child who's a Sag. Still healing. So Leos, some of you are healing from a child who's gone, who is gone. You're emotionally still healing from that. It could be a child went to back to, school. The holidays are over. They've left, and or they could be on the other side and could be getting downloads from them emotionally, feeling their energy is around you. You're feeling their energy is around you if they're on the other side. Yeah. And finding hope, right? Trying to be hopeful when things look hopeless. Interesting, right? Look, the masculine and feminine are naked, right? So this is like really, what is the word? At the core of your essence. The core of your essence is the way that you feel about this loss. And how things, trying to see the, right? Trying to see the light. From the loss. Emotionally, some of you, if it's not a physical loss, it's an emotional, well, it could be physical and emotional, but it's both. If it's not literally someone crossing over, it's just being emotionally, maybe one of your children are emotionally distancing themselves from you, whether, like I said, it's that they're not at home now because they went off to school. You could be missing them. You don't hear from them as often. And of course, if it's someone who has crossed over, then obviously you may be getting downloads from them in terms of the energy around you. Seeing rainbows. In the night sky, maybe something about knowing that when you look up, one of those stars at night is this child. Leo, Aries, Sag. Let's see what's going on for Leo. Yeah. Some of you emotionally and mentally trying to put back the pieces. Putting back the pieces, you guys. And where in this relationship have you felt like you needed to forgive yourself and or this child? Or maybe this child's message to you is to forgive, or you're asking for forgiveness. This is really very emotional. It's an emotional loss. Yeah. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You may have a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that's trying to help you get through it. It could be, you know, a confidant, a sister, an aunt, whatever, however you choose to say that. You have Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here with Leo, Aries, Sag, child. It is all about how you feel, maybe wanting forgiveness or asking for forgiveness from a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, let's see what the hidden truth says. Maybe you had a, you know, a verbal fight. You know, you had a mentally challenging, you weren't able to say the things that you wanted to say before they left. Just being near you is intoxicating. So, Leos, this could be also a relationship that you feel is driven more by lust than by love. You have to ask yourself if that's true. Let's get one more card for that. Is that, for some of you Leos, is that true? Oh, look. So we have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I don't feel this is an external. I feel that some of you are father figures. A father figure could be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Leos, that have gone through some, I feel like you've had some truthful conversations with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and or a Leo, Aries, Sag child. The father of the child could be a Cancer, Pisces, a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, right? That maybe you never really had a chance to talk to and tell someone how you felt, or them you. So the father of the child could be expressing their emotional pain, Leos, to you, or you're the father expressing emotional pain, and the distance between, how this has caused distance between the two of you and or with a child. Does that make sense? Let me know, because I feel that that is truly intoxicating. Doesn't mean just lust, as it also means someone may like to get drunk and shit comes out when they're drunk. Like the truth-telling serum is alcohol for some of you. And someone's literally telling you how they truly feel about a loss in love, a loss of a child, or wanting to talk about it now, whereas before they were holding back. They didn't want to really share how they were feeling, and now they're ready. Let me know. That was intense, Leos. We pray. I mean, honestly, in times of devastation, what else is there, you guys? We pray. I mean, really. It's our only salvation. And that's what we're learning. Okay, Virgos. Virgo. Virgos. So, some of you waiting to reconnect with a family member, right? I also see Virgos, 2 dogs. So it could be literally 2 animals. Maybe you're thinking about adding another family member, another animal to the mix in the family, or reconnecting with family, just in general. Maybe wanting and waiting for a loved one to reconnect with you emotionally. Someone who's very loyal and true. Subconsciously, you know who you can trust, for sure. Loyalty in family. That's where the loyalty is, and also in your animals. Your children. Some of you are receiving some funding that may help with, I don't know, a mortgage, paying off of a home. You may be paying off a home. You may be selling a home, wanting to relocate. Virgo. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, who you've been dealing with for I don't know how long. It's kind of like it's like the seal of, I feel this is also, could be a past loved one, a father or a mother on the other side, who is relaying to you, Virgo, how important family is, and to keep that loyalty, which it's not like you don't, but I feel like right now some of you are having dreams maybe about who is in your life that's loyal to you. Yeah. And getting back your power emotionally that some of you gave too much of your energy, could have been to a love relationship, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that we've been dealing with for you for a long time. But also for some of you, it's just getting back your emotional empowerment, becoming empowered again, knowing who you can trust. And that is empowering, for sure. And this 6 of Swords has come out a lot. And that is what we learn through our journey of life. The journey of life is about the lessons that we've learned and about taking the accountability, which is our pentacles here, right? You have worked hard, right? You've worked hard in realizing the essence of trust and loyalty far exceeds anything else. Anything else. Absolutely. just being near you is intoxicating. So you did, Leo just had this. So I'm going to pick another one. So some of you, if you were Virgos dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio that was intoxicating, and you have left that relationship by the wayside, by the end of 2024, that relationship has ended for good. So it's not as if you haven't learned a lot of lessons by which who's loyal, what looks good on the outside isn't always, what you get. I regret lying to you. Someone lied to you, you left, they left, and, it's done. So if you are having regrets, find comfort in those people that remain loyal to you. Find comfort in those people that don't lie and that haven't given up on you. Because maybe a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio did indeed lie to you. And, and it has been weighing heavily in your subconscious emotions. So the only way out is within. I mean, yeah. You're learning the value of trust and loyalty, Virgo. That's been you've been on this journey for a while with the people that you've chosen to give your heart to. Because you're loyal and trustworthy. And lying just isn't, it's just not acceptable, right? Okay. Libra. Wow, what is going on here? That just flew out. Mincing words with someone in your family. Having a fight. A soulmate, children, about children. Some of you have been having internal, negative thoughts about a loved one and or your children, which are your loved ones as well. This is all about family, the supporting children. How you think family members are dealing with children. Maybe Libra. Maybe you're having, what's the word? Unresolved thoughts about how someone should be raising their kids. Could be how someone's raising their kids in the family, a family member, could be a sister, brother, or it could just be what's going on in the family between children, what children are fighting, they're arguing. Maybe there's kids that live in your home, or there's stepkids, or there's a lot of turbulence in the home, and it's like there's fighting. Who's smarter? Who's more? Who's got it together? What's going on in the home that is really upsetting you? Or it could be with a soulmate, having fights with someone. Kids could be your soulmates. Our kids are our soulmates. Our parents are. Our siblings are. So find out whomever you're feeling this unsettling. This is unsettling to you. The fighting that's going on. The one-upmanship, you know. Who's smarter, who's, you know, who's what? Better than the other. Is there competition? Are kids fighting for your attention? Are you feeling, seriously, if there's like, let's just say, there's a lot of kids in your home, or grandkids or siblings or whatever, fighting for the attention of, who's fighting for attention? And how are they doing it? They're doing it like, who's smarter? I'm smarter than you. It's a competition. There's a lot of, look at this. And maybe you're really at a loss for words on how to fix it or how to help these kids. Yeah, this is about kids. This is about your emotionally, how maybe kids are acting out because they're angry. Yeah, I feel like you're at a loss emotionally about children around you and in the house. Some are immature. Well, they are immature if they're acting out and saying there's a competition of who's smarter, who's better looking, who's this, who's not enough, right? Like, this is bullying. There's bullying in the house. Some of you, if it's not children, because not all are dealing with children, some of you are thinking, well, if I have to pay, I don't know, paying the rent or paying your way. Yeah, paying your way. I feel like some of you are feeling very uncertain about how you're going to pay your way, and or how kids are going to stop fighting. This could be sibling rivalry. About maybe someone, Libra, is saying, well, how are you going to pay your way, Libra, in the house? In a house, in a family. Maybe you're living with others and they're saying, you know, it's like you got to pay up or pay your share, fair share. And everyone's pointing the finger at everyone else. No one's taking accountability here. This is family. And the kids are being affected by what either they're saying. You're being affected by what they're saying, and they're being affected by what you're saying. And or not saying. Some of you don't want to talk about it. Some of you are trying to turn the other cheek and not get involved. Maybe you're observing. You're in the house with these kids, your siblings and or their kids, your grandkids or your nephews, nieces, whatever, right? And there's so much rivalry in the home. And maybe you don't want to play favorites, right? You don't want to take one side or the other, but you seem to feel it's very like convoluted. And how they're talking to themselves is playing havoc on how you feel. And maybe you can't tell someone, right? You can't tell you can't tell these kids because maybe they're not yours. You know what I mean? You're just observing this, and you can't tell their parents how to parent. some of you want to get away, you know. Some of you think, well, if I get away, it'll go away, but it won't go away. I want to tell you how I feel. I do feel this strongly for Libra, especially a Libra. I feel you do want to tell. I feel you even though we're apart, which I feel is you're not, this is not, Libra, your fight, so to speak. This is not your struggle. This is an external struggle going on for who I'm reading. This is a home environment that you're in, but you can't really get involved. You're not the parent. You're just the uncle. You're not, you know what I mean? You can't tell your siblings what to do. You can't tell others what to do, and it's really harboring a lot of emotional, like, upset. You're really upset because you can't play that role, even though Libras, they are relying on you. They rely on you here. There could be, you know, nephews, nieces that are having rivalry if it's not your siblings. These are kids that don't get along because some of them don't know. Their world is being shooken up. So because of that, there's chaos. Some of you, it's financial. Others of you, it's the time that's spent with kids in this household is not, it's not to be found. Like, kids are running rampant because they don't have the attention that they need. And that's what's harboring so much pain inside of you, because you're not absent from it, but you can't do anything about it. It's kind of like your hands are tied. For whomever that is, Libras, we pray. Because seriously, there's certain things in the house that you can't, you know, you want to be a part of fixing, but you can't, you know. You want to tell and help, but you can't because they're not listening. Okay. That was rough. I'm so sorry, Libras. Okay. Whatever's going on in the house is intense. For those of you that you can relate to. It's really hard to be like the aunt or uncle, right? And you can't voice your opinion, or when you do, it's not, you know, you can't get involved. You have to let them learn. Whether that be the children themselves and or the parents of the children themselves. You know what I mean? Kids are acting out though, for sure. Okay. Let's move on. Scorpios. Scorpios, what's going on? You could be dealing with a Leo, Aries, Sag. Wow. Okay. I'm going to tell you, Scorpios, you're healing from the actions of Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I feel that you are definitely healing from certain things that already took place that you're dealing with. This could be a couple. Okay, so Scorpios, you could be dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or an Aries, Leo, Sag, that they're coupled. Maybe someone chose someone else. Just saying. You could be dealing with someone who chose someone else to be with someone else, and you're healing from it. Or it's the actions of a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or the actions of a Leo, Aries, Sag is weighing heavily on you. This could be a boss, a father figure, a daughter. This looks father and daughter issues. Right? you're healing from emotionally healing. Also, you know, the Father has the wealth, right? So it's not necessarily a healing issue. If it is, it's not like you are wanting for more in terms of financial backing or needing anything. You know, maybe it's just you over the holidays, right? You took actions that help to heal a relationship, either a daughter and or a boss, or a father figure. You could be healing father issues, your father issues, and or mother issues, right? We have father, mother here, I feel. Or you are the father and or the mother. And in the middle, in between that is taking the appropriate steps to balance out the masculine and feminine of accountability and responsibility. I love that, actually. This is really good. Oh, sorry, that is the wind. That's why they call Chicago the Windy City. If you heard it or not, it's my door charm. What's hanging on my door? Okay, so let's talk about that. In the middle of it all is that beautiful star where we find not only the emotional balance, but we heal through the actions that we take for others, to see how much love there is to give, how much love we have to give. And that is part of healing, right? Is showing others how much love there is that we give. And sometimes that love appears as financial stability, you know, helping someone out financially. All right, let's look at the star card for Scorpios. And the best part about it all is not going back, right, to the same madness. Some of you Scorpios know better not to go back to a toxic relationship. Give yourself time to heal, maybe from a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Exactly. We've eclipsed out. This could be a boss, a partner, whatever, a lover, a live-in, whatever it is. This is, I'm not going back, I'm done. There's no way I'm going back. And that alone is healing. Just knowing that you don't want to go back to maybe toxic relationship. A father, I'm telling you, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Okay, I am going to say you could have been dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn that you're not going back to because, or maybe you're not getting, you need to heal and walk, you needed to heal and walk away, Scorpio, because this father figure is very focused on their kids, their family. Their money goes to their kids and their family. They're driven by their family, and the money is about, and the time spent is about, and that's probably what the contention was. If you were dealing with someone in love, the contention of, okay, so I can only give you so much of my time and or my money and or being in a relationship with you, Scorpios, is because I gave more of myself to my family. I give my time and energy and money and attention, whatever, to my family. And that's more important. And Scorpio, you could have Aries, Leo, Sag, and or Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus in your, wherever that falls in your chart, natal, is about not going back, right? Just like Einstein says, going back and doing the same old thing, or wanting to go back to a relationship, partnership, whatever. It could be a business partnership or whatever. Going back to that would be madness. That's truly what is being said here. Giving any more of your time and energy. Allow yourself to heal. My life is not as together as it seems. Absolutely. And this is probably, Scorpio, something that you did not realize with this person. I regret lying to you. Someone had this. I think it was Gemini. So someone lied about how much time, how much effort, how much money, in general, what their life really looks like on the outside is not compared to on the inside. Outside, inside. Right? I'm hearing Inside Out, right? That movie or whatever. It is. It's truly things were perceived very differently than they are in a partnership, relationship, or otherwise. And now you're getting over it. And definitely not wanting to go back is your first step toward healing and acceptance of that fact. Yeah. It's like, yeah. You're proud. You need to be proud. You are proud of yourself. Because going back would be madness. That Ten of Swords is like, I'm done. That's the eclipse. I'm done. I've had enough. How many times, right, can you get hurt, you know? Especially when someone's lying. You and or someone else. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. All right. Capricorn's. Oh, wait. Saggies next. Hello. Let's not jump the gun. Capricorn wants to speak up. Saggies. What's going on? Saggies. Holding on to love. Someone's holding on to a loved one or a lover. And, oh, someone's just kind of like, you're with someone who doesn't show a lot of happiness that they really have inside, right? They're really happy with you. You're happy with them, but they don't show it. Maybe they don't show it enough. Maybe they don't tell you they love you every second of the day. Or you don't, with them. Could be a Gemini. You know, someone's really very, very happy and content, Saggy, with you. They just don't necessarily show it as much as maybe you would want. You know, they hold back how they feel. Maybe when they drink, they become more open emotionally. They show their emotions when they drink. You know, that happens, right? They lighten up. They're able to say, oh my God, Sag, I love you so much. Maybe not when they're drinking, or I'm sorry, not when they're drinking, but when they're drinking. That makes sense. A lot of people get happier when they're drinking, and they loosen up and they show their emotions more. Absolutely. Some of you are finding strength and asking Spirit to strengthen your relationship with someone without having the alcohol. Okay, so I am going to say it. Don't shoot the messenger here, but I feel some of you need to be happily drunk before having sex. like someone drinks a lot in order to go through the sex, having it. And I feel some of you go through the act. Maybe you don't like it. It's kind of like I feel like you just go through the motions without the emotion. Yeah. It's kind of like, you just go through because you know that person wants it. And that person, or you're not telling them. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. Gemini is in the middle. So Saggies, you have someone also who is of two minds. Sometimes they're very laid back and they don't tell you how they feel. And when they're drinking, they do, right? And then when it comes to the bedroom, you and or both of you need to have alcohol in order to go through the motions, and not necessarily are you emotionally invested. You just go through the motions. It's like of two minds. I'm serious. Of two minds. Maybe it's time to ask Spirit for a better way in dealing with someone, right? You could have, seriously, you could have a Gemini going through rehab, wanting to stop. I feel it's not yet, but some of you may need to pray for someone who does drink too much and hoping and praying that they do stop. I mean, it's not happened yet. They're not like in rehab or anything, but you may be praying for someone. You may be praying for someone, but I really do feel that you're seeing someone totally different when they're sober and when they're drinking. And if it is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, let me tell you right now, Saggy, they know it. They know it. It's not something new. But if they don't know, Saggy, that you have to be a little intoxicated, right, to perform, or they do, or both of you do, that is not something you discuss with them. It's just there. It's like the elephant in the room. So we need to find some hope here. I bury myself in work to forget you. So that could be someone also declining sex and working, saying I need to work and I don't, like, I mean, that's kind of a reality now after the holidays, It's like I need to work more, some of you, to avoid facing a separation, being in love, holding back, not going back. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I feel sad that is, I'm afraid to connect or to contact you. So you could have also a Pisces and or a Capricorn or a Gemini that you can't have that conversation straight up with. Like if they're drinking too much, I can't talk about that with them. You don't feel maybe it's your place. If it's an ex, you certainly don't want to talk to them about it. Maybe you are now looking back at how someone acted or whatever, how they acted was they always had to be intoxicated to have sex, or they avoided sex or intimacy because they weren't feeling that loving feeling. And maybe you are dealing with wanting to help someone, but you're at a loss. You're at a loss of in being in love with someone who has toxic behaviors, and you maybe want to help them, but you don't know how, without sounding they're saying condescending. The relationship's done, but it's not like you don't visibly see that they're drinking too much. And hopefully they will get help. It could be a mother figure. I just saw the Empress here, by the way. The Empress, okay, Saggies, you do have a mother figure who could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, who is really needing help with drinking. And I feel like you're holding back, and maybe, you know what, Saggy, even if it's an ex, maybe it's time to say something. You know, just say something, because I'll tell you, if it's affecting you, it's affecting you, them, and if you have children. So speak up. Maybe you're afraid to speak up, but, you know, what Spirit's saying, what do you have to lose? It's not like you can't speak up, but don't sound condescending, you know. Someone drinks way too much, though, for sure. Okay, and I just saw the Six of Cups, so I'm telling you, it's also affecting children. Okay, let's go. Capricorn. They wanted to come out right away. Capricorn, what are you manifesting? What's going on? Oh, you may be getting ready to do something, launch something, right? Oh, wow, Capricorn, no wonder. Look at you. Masculine and feminine, leveling up, awareness, wisdom. Some of you are working out your physical bodies. So your physical within and without is what you're working on. So emotional, being content emotionally with your bodies. The embodiment of the yin and yang becoming transparent. Some of you, crystallization of your physical self. Your bodies are becoming lighter. Some of you losing weight. Eating healthier. Gaining more knowledge about your path. Putting light, Spirit is shedding the light on the light in your bodies. Enlightenment, for sure, right? I said awareness, self-realization. Some of you have been getting the help of your spirit guides to become more enlightened and aware of how your body speaks to you. Gaining that wisdom of how much lighter we feel when we eat right, we get enough sleep, what we ingest, how we talk to ourselves. Yeah, this is great. This is amazing. No wonder you wanted to speak up. You're like, wow, an old soul, for sure. You realize the emotional, how the emotions, mind, body, soul connection, how the mind, body, soul connects. You've been waiting for this. You've been working hard on your bodies and an elevation of your higher purpose and self. Not being contained anymore, you know, right? You do know. You're telling me. You're telling me that you have found the substance of letting go, of realize you have this, you know how your body works. You know what your body's asking you. You're very much in tune with your body, mind, and soul. Connection, that trinity. Wow, Capricorn. Yeah, you've worked hard. It is no surprise, the Eight of Pentacles. Absolutely not. You've worked hard to get to where you're at. The threads that bind. I love it. Yep. It's freeing. It's freeing you to put you in a place of peace, strength, like you now know your own strength. You're aware of how your energy has strengthened not only your body, but also how you manifest. You understand the power of manifestation. Wow. Because you've allowed instead of trying to control. We have a Leo, Aries, Sag here, Capricorn, that you have allowed to release. You're letting go of, seriously, you're letting go of what you have, like the strength that you have given to others. You've given your power away and now you're taking it back. Absolutely. Look at that. And someone could, if this is an external Leo, Aries, Sag, they're pissed. They're pissed because you have leveled up and they're still you know, trying to figure out how it happened and how you worked on yourself so hard. And, you know, they're still idolizing, you know, the externals, and you're not. You've let go of your ego, for sure. And if it is an external person, they're still harboring a lot of maybe resentment or guilt. But you've turned your back on your ego. And that's where you find feast. Feast. You're feasting. Feast. Not beast of burden. I did hear that as well. You find more comfort in the feasts that you ingest in your body. You know life is a feast of gratitude. Oh, wow. Being really grateful for where you're at in your life, who you're with. The masculine and feminine are on the same page. Working it together, working out together. Some of you work out together. I'm so attracted to you. You're definitely finding your way physically because the outside has now merged. The inside is merging with the outside. So you're seeing yourself in a whole different light. And your physical body is lighter because of it. So it's just like anything else. You eat right, you sleep, good hours, whatever. I'm not going to tell you how many hours one needs because everyone's body is different. I'm not going to tell you how to eat because everybody's different, but I can tell you and assure you that whatever you're putting and whatever work you've been putting into your body within is showing up as very attractive on the external. Because the white light of Jesus the Christ, which is right here, envelops your inner strength, your heart, and it shows. Wow, Capricorn, no wonder. I applaud you guys, seriously. Wow, that was great, and I get it. I totally get why you wanted that, why you wanted to go before Saggy. It's great. What a great feeling, right? The freedom of taking flight and feeling lighter. You're feeling really light. Some of you are fasting, going through fasting or what have you. I mean, some of you don't need to fast. Okay, I love that. Good for you, Capricorn. You're back to being your childlike self. I just saw it. Okay. I got so excited. Aquarius. Got really excited for Capricorn's read. Okay, Aquarius. So I feel that Aquarius, like what's the some of you are tired of working so hard. Some of you are really tired of working so hard at your job or being the comfort of for another, right? It could be financial. It could be that you're financially independent and people rely upon you. If you're not, then you're relying upon a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Maybe you're receiving funds from a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and it really is a bummer, right? You're like, oh, I really don't want to ask for financial help, or, I want a loan or something to help you out. Could be that you're asking, Aquarius, for money from someone who has it. So don't feel guilty for that. I mean, if you need it, then you need it, right? I'm hearing someone may want to charge you interest for it. You have 2 9s. So also, some of you, a job is ending, or someone that you're with, their job is ending. So now there's going to be like, I have to everything's half and half, right? Paying your way, they pay their way, and it's even. Because here, the masculine and the feminine. So there has to be an equal give and take, either in a relationship and or the financial aspects of living together, being together, etc. Right? It has to be fair. So either you're asking someone for a loan, I feel you're asking of Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn for a loan, or someone may be supporting you and you don't feel good about it. You could have lost your job or changing jobs or something where it's like things are changing, so you need help. And the only way to find help or get help is through a loan, or you're going to a bank for a loan and praying that they don't charge you, interest, a lot of interest. Or maybe you're not going to a bank and maybe you are getting a friend to help you so that they don't charge you interest. Aquarius. Maybe you need a loan for a car. Yeah, see, once you get enough stamina. Build enough stamina, right? To ask someone for help financially. You're going to feel so much better that you did. That's what Spirit's saying. You're asking for maybe you're asking for help to pay for a car, a mortgage, a house, someone who has the money and doesn't mind loaning you the money so that you can feel good. Some of you are literally still paying child support or back child support. Back pay, right? Arrears. Yeah, you could be paying arrears. Some of you are missing someone that maybe could have been a Leo, Aries, Sag. That has crossed over. Could be a child. Some of you, you're healing your childhood self, your childhood wounds. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Healing childhood wounds, Aquarius. And also missing maybe a father figure whose body gave out. Sorry, but I do see it. Someone may have lost a father, a brother, a child, and you're healing from it. Someone that gave you great happiness and stability, which totally makes sense. You're missing like your dad. Maybe it's coming around to, I don't know, it was the holidays for sure, so that could have been very instrumental. Missing a father figure over the holidays, the time that you spent when you were a kid, you know, and now you're an adult. So, you know, looking back on that, you have the rose. So roses could be significant, and sunflowers. That could have been like what they gave you. I am not available. So it could be an ex. Or you're the ex and someone's missing you. This is your card. An ex-Leo. An ex who could have been a Leo. Or they're not available and you're upset because they're not available. I hid who I really am from you. So someone really didn't know you all that well. And or vice versa. You couldn't be missing the father of your children. Maybe it's just you're no longer married to that person. It could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, Aries, Sag. Someone's still paying child support. Like I said, there's arrears from child support. You could be getting a loan. Or you're asking someone for help financially. Yeah, you're definitely, Aquarius, whoever I'm dealing with, you could, if you had a child with this or children with this person, either Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, a Sag, and or Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, then you're like, you know, one child in particular is of concern to you. Let me just get one card on the Sun card, please, for Aquarius. Yeah, look at. I feel that a Leo, Aries, Sag is of great concern to you, Aquarius. It could be, yeah, your ex. the father of your child, the father of your child is giving, it could be they're giving you a hard time, and maybe you didn't know them that well. Like, you know, we could spend, which is very true, we spend a lifetime with someone, right? And we don't realize, or we don't see their true selves, and or they don't see yours. Or you hide behind the curtain and the veil of financial issues. You know, your work, right? Always working to avoid. That's escape. Someone's doing that for some of you. Someone escapes through their job to get and have enough money to pay for their kids. And that could have been the essence of a breakup, marriage, live-in, whatever. Okay, and Pisces. Pisces, your spiritual journey, Archangel Michael. You're right here telling me, Archangel Michael. Wow, working on yourselves. This is totally, Pisces, working on your spiritual journey. You are on path and working to find the happiness in your own self. You're working on yourselves, Pisces. I love this. Look at that. Some of you may be taking a road trip. Maybe you're postponing a road trip. Or you're saving money for a road trip. Like a week or a weekend away. Maybe you're thinking, I think I'll wait until it gets warmer out where you're going. You're going to a warm climate. Some of you are planning. And there's 2 8s here. Wait, you have 7, 8. So you're planning, putting money aside, waiting for, you know, a trip, an upcoming trip that may have been postponed till July or August. It could be traveling with a Leo and or a Virgo. A child. You could be traveling with a child or wanting to take a child on a trip with you, Pisces. Or this is you. Yeah, I think that you're actually saving money so that you can take a trip with a child and maybe a father and their child, or a son and a child, or you're going to meet wherever you're traveling, it's for a child. Maybe a child's birthday. You could be traveling with a masculine figure who also needs to save for this trip so that your responsibility is not, the money is not all on you. I also feel that. I feel you're saying, okay, so if you want to come with me, you're going to need to save money so that that can happen. It could be your son, a son. I also feel, oh gosh, I feel if you're traveling, Pisces, to see a son who has kids, they were in need of money. They may still ask you for money. I need another card on that. Is Pisces going to be asked on this trip or otherwise? Someone needs money. Yeah, it's a family member for sure. It is. I feel that, why is this always the case, right? Or you are in need of the money before you can leave. But I feel a family member, Pisces, needs to find the financial or it's your son or a daughter. I feel it's a son that needs money for their daughter. I do. I feel it's the son that's asking for money from you and was hoping that you would not postpone your trip so that they could ask you for the money. I know that I crossed the line with you. So, some of you need to have a conversation with your children or a child about finances, about maybe they need money for their mortgage and you can't do it. I feel you're going to have to say no. My life is not as together as it seems. And this has been coming out the whole entire week. So there's going to be a lot of truth, right, that is coming out about certain parts, well, whatever. This card came out for so many people, that people are not seen, they're being seen as, well, yeah, you know, they have a house, they have kids, they're making the grade, but they're not. Either they're not, the kids aren't making the grade, or the parents don't have the money to make the grade and asking the family members or the mom and or dad for money. A grown child is asking you for money because they can't support their kids. Maybe they lost their job. Or maybe they don't make as much as they used to. And that is the truth coming out. Maybe they lost their job and you don't know it yet, Pisces, but you're involved for sure. And that has been coming up in the thread of Pisces with finances and family matters and money has been a huge contention for Pisces learning to say no. Okay. The collective is Uranus. Oh my God, how true is that? Right? The unexpected. The fires just ravishing Los Angeles and all parts of California. Not just LA, right? Not just Pacific, PCH, Malibu. It moved into Granada Hills, Brentwood, all of not all of yet, San Fernando Valley. I can't stress how much prayers are needed, you guys. Please pray. But I also feel that for many of us, there are going to be unusual. 2025 is going to be more of the same, and it's going to come sporadically and unexpectedly. The things that we're going to hear, the things that we're going to witness and observe will be unexpected events, just like this California fire that has devastated, and so many people have lost their homes. Needless to say, the devil's in the details. So we do pray. Let's pray. Okay. I send you guys so much love and light. Let's all remember how grateful we are for what we have, where we're at, and our health and everything. Everything. For every breath. Okay. Have a great week, and I'm here for you. Take care.